There's been tons of talk about Caitlin Clark as of late. Currently this season, she did pass Pistol Pete Maravich for the most points ever in the NCAA. Absolutely incredible right there. At the time I'm currently recording this, her team there, Iowa, they did lose in the women's championship. So obviously that sucks, but either way, she has a long career ahead of her. They're an exceptional 4-year career in college right there. That's absolutely insane. So there's been a lot of talk as well with her insane shooting abilities that could this actually translate to the NBA. Some people on Twitter I've seen have said yes, some other people have said no, but today we're here on NBA 2K24 because we're going to be seeing one thing. I'm putting Caitlin Clark here in the NBA to see how well her career would fare if she played in the NBA. And here we are in the NBA draft. Let's see how things are going to go down here on NBA 2K24. The Raptors are on the clock first. And the Raptors end up drafting Alexander Sarr with the first overall pick from France. Let's see how he does well in his NBA career. The Detroit Pistons are up next. They have the second overall pick in this year's draft. And the Detroit Pistons are going to be the ones who draft Caitlin Clark, 6 feet tall, 154 pounds from Iowa. Yeah, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is now a member of the Detroit Pistons. Can't wait to see how this goes down. And here's the rotation that the Pistons will be rocking here for the season. Of course, they have Caitlin Clark as our starting point guard. 30 minutes a game, though. See how that goes down there. Got Cade Cunningham, of course, Star Thompson, Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren, Jane Ivey, James Wiseman, Simone Fontecchio, and Quentin Grimes. But obviously, we're here to see how well Caitlin Clark is going to do in an NBA uniform playing for the Detroit Pistons. Let's see how this goes down. I'll probably get into some game action too at some point here. We're going to simulate a couple seasons with the Pistons, see how this goes down. But if you're all ready, I'm ready. Let's get into the video and let's truly get started. So here in the NBA opening night here, the Detroit Pistons are going to be taking on the Toronto Raptors here. We got a steal there. Jalen Duren's going to come with the ball. Caitlin Clark with the ball. What is she going to do here on this first possession? She's going to pull up with the jumper right there. It is off. She misses her first shot in the NBA. Isaiah Stewart for 3. He knocks it down though. Big 3 for the Pistons right there on opening night. Now obviously, I have no say in this at all. The entire simulation is just all the computer and everything. I literally am doing absolutely nothing. She might be leaving the Pistons. She might get traded from the Pistons. You never know how this is going to go down. We're simulating some in-game action here because I want to see how she scores her first bucket here in the NBA. She obviously missed her first one here. She has Quickly is on her right now. What's she going to do on the defensive end? Quickly is going to miss that bucket there. Durham with the rebound here. She's now got the ball. Of course, she got the three-pointer. Is she going to get the assist on that jumper to the Star Thompson? He misses as well. Not a good start for the Pistons on those 2 missed jumpers. Luckily, Isaiah Stewart did make that three-pointer though. Isaiah Stewart, see, look at the sizes between her and Scotty Barnes right there. Absolutely crazy right there. Pirtle is going to set the screen on her. What's going to happen here with the Pistons? She's bringing up the ball here. Durham might set the screen though. I'm not really too sure. She can pass over to Jalen Duren, back to Caitlin Clark. What is she going to do? She's getting stopped by Isaiah Quickly. Going into the paint here to Star Thompson. Star Thompson with the ball out to Cade Cunningham right now. What's Cade going to do for the Pistons? That's a pull-up jumper, and it is good for Cade Cunningham right there. Caitlin Clark out with the ball here. We got 9 seconds here left on the clock. What is she going to do? Thompson's going to set the screen on her. She's going to pull up with a fading three-pointer and is off. That's a huge miss right there. Not what you want to see right there. She's missed now her first 2 shots in the NBA. Caitlin, she's got the ball here for 3. Is she going to make that one? No, she's not 0 for 3 to start her career. That's not the start that she was hoping for at all. Caitlin Clark, she's got the ball for 3. She finally makes a shot right there. First 3 of Caitlin Clark's career here in the second quarter. Now 1 for 4 in the game. Obviously still not the start she was hoping for, but finally she gets her first shot to go. Let's simulate to the end of this game here, see the final stats for her first NBA game against the Raptors. And here we have it. Here's the NBA debut of Caitlin Clark. In 35 minutes of action, she had 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists. She shot 4 of 18 from the field. Definitely not the opening night she was hoping for. 2 of 6 from 3 right there. And that is it. What was her plus minus? She had a plus 14 though, so that is still pretty good right there. And her points responsible for was 21 tonight. Either way, not the best NBA debut, but we'll see how this goes down for the rest of her career. Let's simulate a couple games throughout the season here, see how things are lining up. Despite that bad first game right here, we're currently on December 26th of the season. The Pistons currently 17-14 on the year. We're at the 4th seed actually out in the Eastern Conference. And Caitlin Clark's averaging 18.5 points a game right here, 3 rebounds, and 8.4 assists, 42% from the field, between 39% from 3 and 31 minutes of action here. Very, very, very good numbers right there, especially in her first season of her young career. Obviously, these are some great games here. Look at this, 23-10, 21-11 this game was her highest point score. I saw that 28 up there. She dropped 30 32 points here in this one. Some of these games we got the really high assist total as well, 30 points here in game number 4. So unfortunately, we saw some of these games though she does not shoot very well. The first couple of games though, obviously, still definitely trying to figure it out. But I was doing much better since then. Some nights though, still the shooting's still not the best, but the three-pointer is definitely there so far, and that's really good to see. So 18.5 points a game. Can she win Rookie of the Year? Well, that is the next goal. We're gonna find out shortly. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Let's see if she actually does win Rookie of the Year. After the end of the season here, Luka Doncic is your MVP. And our Rookie of the Year this season is Caitlin Clark, 18.3 points, 2.5 rebounds, 8.3 assists, 0.8 steals, and 0.1 blocks a game. 42% from the field, 87% from the line, and 40% from 3. That's a pretty good season right there for her first year in the NBA. All defensive first team. I don't think she's on all defensive first team, but of course she's on the all rookie first team, up to an 81 overall here in this season. And the Detroit Pistons are actually the 5th seed on the season. That's crazy right there, taking on the Raptors here in the first round. What's she gonna do in the playoffs if the Raptors do take game 1? I'm just kind of curious. 27-7 in game 1 against the Raptors there. That's crazy. Game 2 though, the Raptors do win again. She has 23 points here. She might be averaging 20 plus next season. 25 here in game 3 against Raptors. Did lose there, down 3-1 to the Raptors. Obviously not good. Only 14 points this game for her. And in game number 5 though, the Pistons do come back. 20 points and 11 assists, 9-19 from the field right there. Game number 6 here. Pistons actually 6-6 here. Pistons now have a tie series 3-3. She drops 25 points in this one. 22.3 points per game here in the playoffs there. Are we going to actually go on to the next round, though? The Raptors have been eliminated. I don't know why I have the Raptors selected. My fault. But the Pistons do come back. They're going to the next round there. They're taking on the Cleveland Cavs. Do I think we're going to win the series? No. So we're going to simulate the round here. We actually went to 7 games right there. Pretty crazy. How well did she do in this series? Let's see. 18-7 here in this game. Still 22 points a game in the playoffs. That's what you'd like to see. So obviously, the impact with the Pistons is still incredible, because Pistons were the 5th seed. We made the second round of the playoffs here. Thunder do win the NBA Finals, but we made it to the second round of the playoffs there. Absolutely crazy. Let's see what the next year has in store. I'll see you guys shortly. At the start of her second season, Caitlin Clark is now up to an 84 overall. The Pistons actually have a really good roster at 84. K's at 90, Thompson at 81, Stewart's at 81, Dern's at 86, even Wiseman's at 83. I mean, they got a really stacked lineup. Let's see if they can actually make a run for the NBA championship this season. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. In the year number 2, we got Shea as your MVP, 27 points a game this year. Stephon Cassell is your Rookie of the Year. Jaime Kez Jr., 6-man. Victor is your Defensive Player of the Year. And Mystery is your Most Improved Player this season. Curry is the clutch player. Victor on the All-NBA first team in year number 2. That's absolutely crazy right there. Shout out to Victor Wembanyama right there. And let's check the player stats here. And also the Pistons are the first seed. That's crazy. Let's check the player stats here before we kick into the end of the season. Cade led the way in scoring for us, 24 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists a game. Caitlin Clark, she had 19 points a game this year, 9 assists. That's a very good season, 45% from the field. How many three-pointers did she make? 40% from 3.2 3-pointers made per game. She shot 96 from the line. That is crazy. How many actual number of 3 points did she make this year? So I'm kind of curious to see how many, because she's obviously just chugging up like a whole bunch of game. And she made 259 3-pointers here in year number 2. That is a lot of 3-pointers right there. Shout out to her, because the Pistons did really good this year. Ivy had 16. Duren had 14 points and 11 rebounds a game this year. Even Wiseman had 12 points a game. That's crazy. At the end of the season, like I said before, the Pistons were actually the first seed, 61-21 on a 12-game winning streak to end the year, 31-11 at home, 30-10 on the road. I mean, there's no complaints there. Let's see how this goes down there, because we really might win an NBA championship. But we're going to be taking on the Miami Heat first, and the Heat are definitely not a team you want to be facing in the playoffs, especially with playoff. I mean, of course, they got Terry Rozier, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Jovic here, and Bam Adebayo, Jaime Kez Jr. It's an 87 off the bench, and Chris Middleton is an 86. He's on the bench, too, for this Heat team. They are stacked. Let's see how this goes down here. Simulate the round against the Miami Heat. And we are going to win in 5 games against the Miami Heat. We are now taking on the Atlanta Hawks here in the second round. We do lose game 1, though. Caitlin Clark drops 22 points this one so far in the playoffs, averaging 19.3 points per game. Do lose game 1 here, behind a huge game behind Trae Young there. Also, Jonathan Kuminga is now on the Hawks there, averaging 20 points in that first game. Let's simulate the round against the Hawks. See how this goes down. I was about to stop right there, but we were down 3-0 against the Hawks. I'm like, you know what? probably going to end up losing there. But we come back down 3-0, and we actually end up beating the Hawks. We're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. We're taking on the Indiana Pacers. Let's see who they got on their squad. Halliburton, of course, Nembhard, Mathurin, Miles Bridges, Miles Turner, Nesmith, Drace Walker. Pretty much the exact same team as they do in real life. So let's see how this goes down here. Game 1, we actually do end up winning. Cade with 35. Caitlin Clark had 24 and 12 in Game 1 against Pacers. Game 2, we have also taken the W. Cade Cunningham with 31 points. Durham with 29.94. Caitlin Clark had 20 points and 14 assists in Game number 2. Game 3, though, we do end up losing to the Pacers behind huge performance by Tyrese Halliburton, Mathurin, and Bridges. Also had huge games there. Cade dropped 34, but we didn't get the job done in Game number 4. Because we also lost in Game 4. Halliburton with 46 points in this one. That's crazy right there. The defense, though, she's not able to lock up Halliburton right there. We're up 3-2 here over the Pacers. She drops 24 points here, 9-19 from the field. Cade with 23 and 15. Wiseman at 22 and 13. Okay, Wiseman, I see you. He's really developing this for some reason. We're going to Game 6 here against the Pacers, and we do end up winning. We're going to the NBA Finals. We're taking on Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. This is Victor's third year in the NBA at this point. I see, that's a very good season. Let's see the Spurs. Let's see who they got. They got Blake Wesley, Devin Vassell. They got Lauri Markkanen on their team, and Evan Mobley as well, along with Victor Wembanyama. Crazy number. Victor averaged 28 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks a game this year. That's crazy. So him, Malachi Branham, Kamara off the bench, but they got Lauri Markkanen and Evan Mobley to pair with Victor Wembanyama. That is crazy. How'd they pull that off? Pistons and the Spurs in the NBA Finals. I do want to get some game footage here, but we'll see how this goes down. In game number 1 against the Spurs, we do end up winning 129-115. Cade drops 39 points, 8 assists in this one. Caitlin Clark only had 9 points. She did drop 16 assists, though, so that's very, very good for her right there. Game 2 against the Spurs, we've also taken the W. Cade Cunningham with 27 points, and he had 5 assists. Durham with 22 and 12. Caitlin Clark had 20 points and 7 assists here in game 2 against Spurs. We're up 2-0 over San Antonio in the NBA Finals. Can we get the job done here? We do in game 3, 3-0 over the Spurs here. 29-16 for Victor Wembanyama, 29-5-4 for Cunningham. Caitlin Clark had 23, 5, and 12, 149-128. So there you have it. We're literally 1 win away from the NBA Finals. This is only her 2nd season in the NBA on the Pistons. I mean, this Pistons roster has really developed in the simulation, though. I mean, look at this. Cade's at 91. Duran's at 87, Ivy 86. Actually, she's in 86 now. Sarah Thompson's at 86. They've really developed, keeping this squad together. We've got a young squad here. Let's see what happens here in game number 4 here. Can we go home with the victory against the San Antonio Spurs? Let's go to Simcast here. I do want to get some footage here because I'm just kind of curious to see how this goes down. The Spurs are currently winning here, though, by a noticeable margin here. Are we going to come back in this ball game? No, we are not. The Spurs blow out the Pistons. According to Steve Ashburner right there, that was a boring performance right there. Cade with 27, Caitlin Clark at 22. But obviously, we didn't get the job done here as we fall in game number 4 against San Antonio Spurs. Now, let's go to the next game here. This is going to be game 5. We are back at home. Hopefully, we can win back in Detroit. Let's see how the score is going to go. So we're going to do a Simcast here. We have a very commanding lead right there. Spurs come back in that quarter, but it looks like we are going to win right there. We're going to head into this ball game here. We'll see how this final minute and 33 seconds go, because why not? Like I said before, this is me literally not doing anything. It's going to be just a computer playing right here. So we're going to get Caitlin Clark back in this ball game here, hopefully at first. We'll see how this goes down. There's no foul. I'll put her in the game, We'll see how this goes down. He's going to come over and set the screen right there on Cunningham. He's going to pull up with that jumper, and that's off. Duran on the offensive glass there. He's going to miss their Victor on the defensive end. I mean, it doesn't really matter because they're not playing for anything, because the thing is, though, the Pistons clearly have won this ball game. That is for sure. Like I said before, we have a 14-point lead over the Spurs here. Just over a minute left in this ballgame here as Cade Cunningham hits that huge jumper right there. He's got 19 points in this ballgame. Shout out Cade Cunningham. It's been absolutely incredible here. I mean, it really be interesting, though, in real life, if you have, the Pistons and the Spurs, this is only 2 years down the line at this point here, because this is obviously Victor's 3rd season here in the NBA. He's going to hit that fading jumper. It's off, though. Isaiah Stewart on the defensive rebound here for Detroit. Are they going to give the ball to Caitlin Clark, though? It's been actually very interesting because literally they've done so well with her on this roster. She's going inside. Look at the size there's between her and Victor right there. She's on the inside right there over Vassell, and that's going to be goaltending on Devin Vassell. So she's got 2 points there on that layup right there on the assist. That is a very nice shot right there. 44 seconds here left in this ball game. What's going to happen here between the Spurs and the Pistons? Now, obviously, the Pistons are going to come home with a NBA championship right here. Imagine the Pistons were so awful this year, right? They were so bad. They ended up okay, though, at the end of the season. Now, obviously, are they a really good team? No, they're not a good team at all. But they still came back And be interesting to see, like, literally just a couple years from the Spurs, Pistons, NBA Finals. Who you got in real life? Obviously, if these teams stay the same here. Also, Lauri Markkanen and Mobley are on the Spurs. I don't think that's going to go down there. I do want to see Trae on the Spurs, though, but that is a different story right there. And points playoffs there, as you can see, Caitlin Clark is actually averaging over 20 points a game in the NBA playoffs. Big three-pointers made here or anything, but we got 10 seconds here left on the clock. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Detroit Pistons are going to win an NBA championship. This is absolutely crazy. But Caitlin Clark on the team right there. And there you have it. The Detroit Pistons have won the NBA championship, and only Caitlin Clark's literally her second season. She's an NBA champion. She somehow has more rings than Chris Paul. I'm sorry, Chris Paul, but she's got another ring here. This, actually she hasn't won in real life, in college right there. But she wins here with the Detroit Pistons here on NBA 2K24, celebrating with Cade Cunningham and all that. She had a really insane run in the playoffs there. Over 20 points a game there as the second option. That is very, very good. Defense, though, obviously, you saw like in that Pacers series, though, against Tyrese Halliburton, not the best, but the thing is, though, she was able to score. She had some huge assists and everything. Really, really crazy numbers there. And so that's good for her, and actually good for the Pistons as a whole, as they're going home NBA champions. And there you have it. Cade, he's got the trophy here. She's celebrating in the pack. Cade Cunningham is probably going to be your finals MVP. Sorry, Thompson there. This is just a sight to see. I can't believe the Pistons have won an NBA championship. Also, so she averaged 18.5 points a game in year number 1, literally 19.5 points a game in year number 2. As this the first 2 years of your career, that is very, very good to start out your career there, to say the least. There's no complaints at all. Cade Cunningham is, of course, your finals MVP with Adam Silver giving him the trophy right there. Also, here's her numbers, like literally in the NBA playoffs right there. 27 and 22, 23, 20. She did awful this game here, but still 16 assists. Look at the scoring right here. 23 against Indiana, 24. So consistent throughout the entire year. Let's just also check out her, like her career numbers between these only 2 seasons. I was going to keep doing this, but the thing is, the Pistons did so well. She did really good. Obviously, Rookie of the Year, first team All-Rookie, and NBA champion literally in her first 2 years of her career. Her career high in points is 36. She did shoot 26 attempts, though. That is crazy. She did make 8 3-pointers in the game and 13 attempts. That's pretty good. 13 free throws, 14 free throws attempted. She had 11 rebounds one game. Also, career high is 16 assists. Halliburton at 26 assists one game. That's crazy right there. Either way, that's pretty solid career to start out your NBA career. If you do want me to continue this for the rest of your career, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below, because I'd be willing to do that. Either way, this is what you're looking at here. If Caitlin Clark was in the NBA and she was on the Detroit Pistons 2 years into her NBA career after the 24-25 season, 25-26 season, also here in the NBA playoffs, and the Pistons are going home with the championship. So either way, let me know what you would think down in the comment section below if this happened in real life. Either way, I'll see you in the next video. Hope you have a great day.